Hello, beautiful soul. Today's transmission is all based around stepping in and owning your power. Now, when I'm going to be speaking about this, the transmission is going to come through the words and also the Kundalini speech. So, firstly, set the intention that you are open to receive, that you give permission to allow the things that are needing to be seen, heard, and witnessed be seen, heard, and witnessed. It's very, very common that doing this kind of work can bring up a lot of fear. It is so normal. Firstly, I want to say I congratulate you for even listening to this video, because what it means is you're one of the ones who are ready to face and do the work that's needed in order to achieve your soul's evolution in this lifetime. Now, there's a lot of warnings about Kundalini, and some of them are true, because she doesn't mess around. If you've ever heard of Kali Ma or Kali Ma from the Hindu gods, Kali Ma is someone who doesn't mess around. And this is actually how we need to be in order to achieve our soul's highest evolution in this lifetime. We actually need a bit of the F off that is required in order to protect ourselves both physically and energetically. Because even though paradoxically everything is us, it is true, we need to own our power to the highest degree that we do not allow anybody to come into that field and threaten it. Now, the whole paradigm changed for me a few years ago when I stopped asking people for approval. I stopped asking people what things in my life meant. And I started to feel, acknowledge, and realize what was actually going on within me. See, we are trained and led, and it is often required in this spiritual journey, that we seek outside assistance till a certain period of time where we realize that the only guru is the one within. This is when the shift occurs, that you start to be able to hear your own knowing above anybody else's. See, somebody might be able to show you where to look, as the saying goes, but they cannot tell you what to see. And for as long as they do, you will always be a student in this way. And what this does is teach your inner being, and not the true self, because it knows how powerful you are, your inner being, that somebody outside of you needs to give you the guidance that already exists within you. They can shine a light, but it is you who needs to see it. Then you realize that you are that light that they are shining. When we talk about shadow work, when we talk about going into the depths of the shadow, when we talk about clearing energies and entities of this kind, which is required and is not anything to be feared, we go into these places where we find parts of ourselves that we have denied or rejected through different experiences and also lifetimes. What happens when we deny and reject these things? If you would like to picture it, I will give you an example. Once I went down, I had something wrong with my stomach, right? I just really didn't feel well. And I went into it, and what I got shown was this almost like a cave. And in this dark, dense cave, there was a shell of a being chained up in there. She was barely alive. She was gaunt, pale, hair falling out, and skinny as ever. And as I got closer, it was very fearful to look at her. It was very fearful to see her, because my mind wanted to say she's a ghost, she's a ghoul, she's an evil spirit. But as I got closer, I saw she was me. And she was a part of me that I had denied, rejected, and outcast into my shadow, that she was almost dead. And you know what? This is what is so important. And as you can tell, it gets me quite emotional, because it is so important that we go back and we reclaim these parts of us. Because you've heard about the shadow, but it's you who's put that part there. And it's a part of you that is locked away, that believes and feels like it's rejected, that it's not good enough, that how its desires are unhealthy or unwanted, that it's too much. When we go into these parts of ourselves and we see what we've been denying and we realize it's us, we get the power back. It took time. It took a while for her to trust me, that I wasn't going to hurt her, that I wasn't going to reject her, that I wasn't just going to leave her, that what I was saying to her wasn't a lie, because I had spent 35 years of my life denying her existence. And that didn't mean that she wasn't there. It meant that I wasn't there for her. But you know what? She was that part of me that was aching inside. She was that part of me holding me back, because I can't move forward if I'm not whole. And ultimately, I need her. I need her to feel like she's worthy in order to empower myself. When we dive into these depths, it is a journey that cannot be expressed. The amount of power that you realize exists within you is phenomenal. There are many fractals of us. There are many parts of us, many ages locked in time, just like this one was. And we need to travel back. We need to be able to face these parts of ourselves in order to move forward. You know, there's a lot of talk about love and light, and yes, I get it. But there are those of us who are designed to assist people through the shadows. And it is where, in the shadow realm, that you gain yourself and your power back. I was telling a Facebook group today that I had an experience once where a snake came to me. And it said to me, we are not feared because we're evil and bad. We are feared because we're powerful. We have the ability to strike and destroy with one bite. This is the type of power that exists within you. And we have been kept away from it because we have been convinced that we are bad and wrong and evil to even step foot or face these parts of ourselves. But just like the sword in the stone, it is when you embrace everything that you are able to wield the sword. It is time. It is time on the planet. It is time in your lifetime if you are watching this now. Vibration and energy is everything. And we need to clear the distortions within our energetic field, but it means seeing things as they really are. It means facing the truths within. And Kundalini is going to show you all of this. She gets such a bad rap because people don't want to see the truth. They want the magic pill. They want it to all go away. They want it just to disappear, that they don't have to do any work. This is not what we're here for. If you are still listening to this video, you are one of the ones who's been chosen with enough courage to take action. Because it takes courage. And I tell you, 95% of the population don't have what it takes. Because we are here to be the change makers. We are here to show the world who we are by embodying, integrating our shadow and becoming a powerful sovereign being. So if you're ready to work with me, reach out. Join one of my containers in which we can evolve together with support. Because when you do, it means you are willing to take the next step in your soul's evolution. Thank you.